Hey everybody, I'm Kristin from Magoosh. Welcome to Tuesday ACT, where we give you lots of tips and tricks and answer a lot of questions that students have about the ACT. And today we're answering a question that a lot of people have, especially now that the essay on the ACT and the SAT are both optional. So that question is, should I take the ACT with writing, meaning the essay? All right, so let's go ahead and look at some possible answers to this question and why they might apply to you. Let's start with definitely yes. Definitely yes, you should take the ACT with writing if you are planning to apply to top colleges. So take a look at the U.S. News and World Report, look at the top 50 for national, liberal arts, depending on what you're interested in. And if any of those colleges appeal to you, you probably want to take the ACT with writing. A lot of colleges in the top range require writing, so you don't want to miss out. So if you look at statistics about overall numbers of colleges that require the ACT with writing, you'll see that it's actually more colleges do not require the ACT with writing, or do not require the essay on the ACT, but if you look at highly competitive colleges, you will find that most of them do. So top colleges, make sure you take the ACT with writing. Or if you are eyeing at least one college that requires an essay, now that might sound like a no-brainer, but the reason I say that is because a lot of times college lists change throughout the process. If you are a junior taking the ACT in winter or in spring, you may not know what your college list is going to look like yet, but if you have at least one college that you are eyeing that you think you're going to apply to and it requires the essay, it's really better to take the ACT with essay to be safe, so you don't have to go back and retake it, maybe get a lower score, all sorts of things can happen. So plan for the essay. Probably yes, you should take the ACT with writing if you're not sure where you will apply. So just like I was saying, you might be taking the ACT well before you have a full college list, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Or if you can't or don't want to retake the test. So let's say it's fall senior year, you're slacking a little bit, you haven't taken the ACT, you know you want to apply early to some schools, you don't know where, you don't know what's going on. Well, if you make a decision about where you want to be applying and you find out that they require the essay, it may be too late for deadlines at that point. So if you are late in the process, you're still not sure, take it with the essay so you're not eliminating some choices that you may want to be applying to. All right, well, when would you maybe not want to take the ACT with writing? Let's go with probably no. Your score will be much lower than your multiple choice scores. Notice I underlined much here, and that's because most colleges and universities don't put as much emphasis on the essay as they do on the multiple choice sections. In fact, they put much less emphasis on it, so it really needs to be much lower. So let's say you are like a 34 plus score in the multiple choice section, you're like, I'm not so sure about my writing, think I can get, 25 or something. Does that look bad? Well, first of all, there's a whole big issue here that you need to look into in terms of differing percentiles on the essay section versus the multiple choice, because that 25 is actually a lot higher than you think it is percentile-wise. But we talked about that in other videos, but just for the purposes of this discussion here, we're talking much lower. Like, you're going to bomb it. Okay, your writing skills are really poor. So if you're kind of like in the middle, you're a little shaky, do some prep for it and you'll be fine. If your final list of colleges doesn't require the essay, so if you've made your final list, you know exactly where you're going to apply and it doesn't require the essay, don't take the essay. You don't have to. You can go home, have lunch, take a nap. But make sure that you're not planning on applying to anywhere that will require it. And then finally, you don't mind retaking the test if necessary. So if it's early junior year, you're like, I don't think I'm going to apply anywhere that requires the essay. If you decide that you're going to apply somewhere that does, make sure you don't mind taking it again. And remember, there is some risk involved here. Maybe you actually absolutely kill it the first time you take it, but you didn't take it with the essay. If a school requires the ACT with essay, you can only use score reports that have the multiple choice scores and the essay on it. So you couldn't submit them the multiple choice scores without the essay. So be really careful. It's a little risky about if you choose that option. So for a lot of students, it's better just to take it with the essay to give yourself some options. But I know a lot of you out there are a little intimidated by the writing section, you don't think you're applying to colleges that require the essay, that's fine, as long as you know that you're not going to need it to apply to the schools that you want to apply to. So that's all for this episode of Tuesday ACT. I will see you back here next week for some more tips for the ACT.